Okay. Very good morning um, to you all, 3 Lambda and 3 Gamma. Selamat pagi. Boleh dengar suara saya?
Boleh.
Boleh. Boleh. Okey, terima kasih. Nombor 2, boleh nampak my screen share?
Boleh.
Boleh juga ya. Okey, terima kasih. So, saya harap yang lain juga boleh nampak lah ya. Okay. A few announcements before I start the class today. This is about your new timetable, yeah. So, for the new timetable, later on maybe you can look at your own class Telegram group, and then the new timetable will be starting at 1st March, meaning 1st March, what is the day for 1st March? Wait, calendar. 1st March is on Monday, yeah, Monday. So, your new class timetable, okay, starting from next week, Monday, will be the timetable lah ya. Jadual waktu akan bertukar, okay. Jadual waktu baru, the new timetable, starting from next week, Monday, 1st of March 2021, okay. Maybe later on you can check with your class Telegram group lah, and then make sure your class teacher share the new timetable for you to use it starting next week. Okay, minggu depan ada jadual waktu yang baru, jadual waktu online kelas yang baru. Dan mungkin kamu akan tengok jadual ini sedikit bertambah lah ya. Dia ada tambah sedikit, tapi jangan risau. Okay, don't worry. Later on, kalau if you have any problem, issue, you cannot join the class or whatever, you can always ask your teachers. Okay, itu yang nombor 1. Number 2, any problem with the exercise I gave you yesterday? Ada masalah tak? Buku kerja. Buku kerja. Okay, bagus. Kalau tidak ada masalah, never mind. So, kalau ada masalah macam biasalah ya, boleh tanya. Ataupun nanti boleh tanya sewaktu sekolah sudah buka nanti ya. Okay, so I think we can continue with our next topic for today. Again, you can open your textbook also. So today we're going to start the next topic, continue to the next topic. Okay, 2.2. The title for today topic is movement and exchange of gases in the human body. Okay, so before we start our topic for today, let's revise back or remember back the topic we learned yesterday, 2.1. Okay, 2.1, make sure number 1, you understand the parts and function. Okay, it is always like this. Whenever you learn about the new system in our body, you also need to identify and understand the parts and the function of that particular system. Okay, so yesterday 2.1, we already learned about the respiratory system. Okay, so we just do a quick revision here, a quick revision about our previous topic. Okay, right. So number 1 in 2.1, okay, in the first topic for chapter 2, identify the parts and then identify the function. Okay, because the system, as I said earlier, as I said yesterday, the system consists of many organs, so you must understand the parts and the function of each organ. Okay, that is number 1. And then inside your workbook already, the exercise need you to label. Page 29, if you look at your workbook, you need to label the parts of human respiratory system. Make sure you identify the parts. Okay. Number 2, the breathing mechanism. Breathing mechanism meaning that when the first time you try to breathe the air, okay, the air outside that contain oxygen goes to where first? Nostril, and then nasal cavity, pharynx, all the way to alveolus for inhalation, breathing. When you breathe in, you must understand the direction of air. Okay, it will go through which part of the respiratory system. Okay, this is number 2. And then for number 3, you must also understand what happened to the 2 parts, the 2 important parts when we inhale, what happened to our rib cage, and then what happened also to the diaphragm. Okay, when we inhale the air. All right, again, I will remind you again. Rib cage, when you inhale, will go up and out, up and out. And then diaphragm will go what? Diaphragm will contract and downward. Contract mean what? Contract ni dia macam mengecut. Contract ini dia mengecut ya. This one. Yang ini. Okay. Contract. Contract ni maknanya dia mengecut. Dia menjadi kecil. Contract, expand. The opposite of contract is expand or relax. Boleh faham ya? So this is when you inhale. 2 parts related, rib cage and diaphragm. And then what happened to the rib cage and then what happened to diaphragm, you must understand. And then for exhalation, opposite inhale. Okay, what is the opposite of the inhale? Where rib cage move downward and inward, and then the diaphragm will relax and curve upwards. Okay, this you must understand this lah. Okay, and then next one, the experiment. The experiment maybe we can continue after the school when you go to the lab. Okay, for the experiment we skip the lab. We skip the experiment. Okay, that's all. Yeah, and then now we try to continue to second topic for chapter 2, the movement, pergerakan, and the exchanges of gas. Ini yang you must understand. The exchange of gas, meaning that pertukaran gas. Okay, you just remember in respiration, what gas what we call the type of gas involved in respiration, oxygen and carbon dioxide. 2 saja gas ini yang penting you kena ingat. Okay, when you inhale, you will obtain the oxygen. When you exhale the air, the gas that removed from your body is carbon dioxide. This is respiration, number 1. Boleh faham ini ya? Oxygen and carbon dioxide. And then exchange ni apa maksud? Exchange ini maknanya dia tukar. Exchange here mean tukar. Apa yang tukar? Gas dia bertukar. Gas yang bertukar ya. Gas yang bertukar. Tukar gas. Exchange. From oxygen to carbon dioxide to oxygen. Okay, senang saja ini. In the human body, right? So next one. Okay, what is the process? All right, number 2. Where is the process of exchange? Di manakah proses tukar gas ini berlaku? Anybody? Apa nama ini? You know, you see what I'm circling here? This is where the location where the gas change take place. Apa nama bahagian ini? What is the name of the parts here? What's the name of the part, class? Anybody? This one. Anybody? Apa nama bahagian ini? Kita sudah belajar kan? We already learn about this part name. Apa nama? Apa nama tempat ni?
Alveolus.
Alveolus. Alveolus. Yes, correct. Betul. Betul lah. Jangan malu-malu. Cakaplah. Yeah? Okay. This part, we call it alveolus. Okay? I will accept, yeah? Alveolus or alveoli is same things. Okay? It's referring to the same parts. Alveoli. Alveoli, one lah. Okay. Alveoli, one. Alveolus, many alveoli. Okay. Just the grammar lah, the wording only. No problem. Okay. And then there are millions of alveolus here inside our lung. And then the gas changes took place inside our alveolus or alveoli. Right? So this is the cross section lah, the cross section of the alveolus. Okay, this is very tiny one lah. Like I said earlier, yeah, COVID-19 will attack this part. If you have infection, because of the COVID-19, the virus will attack the cell inside the alveolus. And then what happened when the cell attack the cell in the alveolus? The cell will try to fight the virus. Okay, the cell here, you see how many? There are many cells inside the alveolus. Yeah, there are many cells inside the alveolus here. They will try to fight the virus. Okay, and then as they fight the virus, they will secrete a liquid. What we call a fluid. Apabila alveolus ini the sel di dalam alveolus, apabila mereka sedang lawan dengan virus, dia akan keluarkan cecair. Sebab dia sedang bukan bergaduh lah, dia sedang lawan virus kan. So the cell inside alveolus will produce a fluid, akan keluarkan cecair, dan cecair ini akan tutup. Akan tutup the surface of the alveolus. Dia akan tutup. Boleh faham ini kalau COVID sajalah, saya beritahu tentang COVID dulu. So, what happen when there is excess fluid? Kalau terlalu banyak cecair di dalam alveolus, what happen? Ini semua COVID punya pasal. What happen if there is too much fluid inside the alveolus? What happen? You think? If there is too much fluid, the diffusion cannot happen. What is the diffusion? The oxygen cannot enter the blood. Kalau terlalu banyak cecair, oksigen dia tidak boleh masuk ke dalam darah. You cannot do what we call the diffusion in here. That's why COVID is dangerous lah. Right. Again. So this is what happened inside alveolus. Where is the... Okay. You can see here, when you inhale, okay, when you inhale the air, the oxygen will go through our nose and then nostril, trachea, bronchus, bronchiole, and then goes right away to the alveolus. And then what happened if there is what happened to the inhaled air? Inhaled air contain more what? More what gas when you inhale air? Contain what? Higher concentration of what type of gas? Anybody? Inhale. Inhale. Okay. Sorry. I will talk about inhale air first. Inhale, number one here. Inhale gas got higher concentration. What is the quantity of gas or the concentration of gas which gas has higher concentration, oxygen or carbon dioxide? Inhale.
Oxygen.
Yes, correct. So you remember, when you inhale the air, the concentration of oxygen gas is more in inhale air. Okay, because we inhale air from the environment, right? Daripada persekitaran kita, kita bernafas, kita tarik nafas, so inside the air we have plenty of oxygen. Or you can say that the concentration in inhale air is more. Okay, inhale air has more oxygen, or we can say concentration of oxygen is more. Okay, inhale air. So what will happen if there is more oxygen concentration? Okay, you see this, you must understand the parts of the alveolus. All right, around the alveolus, okay, it is covered with blood vessel. Okay, it will cover what we call cover with blood vessel. Okay, salur darah. Okay, salur darah ini. So what happens if you inhale? If you inhale, the air from outside come to your lung, enter your lung, and then enter your alveolus, and then inside the alveolus will full of oxygen. Akan banyak oxygen. So what happened to the oxygen in alveolus when you inhale the air? The oxygen, you can see here, oxygen number 1 here will enter the where? Dia akan masuk mana? It will enter the blood vessel. Ya, dia akan masuk ke dalam salur darah. Okay. Inside the blood vessel, we have what we call by red blood cell. Red blood cell, you just remember, the function of red blood cell is to carry oxygen. Okay, this is what we call a diffusion. Yeah, this is what we call the diffusion, the movement. Okay, again, class, remember, yeah, I'm talking about when we inhale first, ya, udara yang masuk dulu. Okay, boleh faham ini? So when there is a set concentration of oxygen is more inside the alveolus, so the oxygen will diffuse or will move from alveolus to the blood vessel, ke dalam salur darah di sini. Dia akan masuk ke dalam. Okay. Blood with higher concentration of oxygen and lower concentration of carbon dioxide is in here. Okay. Dia akan masuk ke dalam. This is what we call diffusion, yeah. This is what we call a diffusion. All right. At the same time, carbon dioxide, yeah, at the same time, carbon dioxide from the red blood cell will diffuse into alveolus. Okay. This is when we exhale. Okay. This is when we exhale. This all process happen in alveolus. All right. Okay. So how do the alveolus know when the gas want to enter the red blood cell, and then when the red blood cell when the carbon dioxide from red blood cell want to enter the alveolus? Because the different in concentration. Okay. When there is more oxygen inside the alveolus, less oxygen in the blood, so the oxygen from the alveolus will transfer to the red blood cell in the blood. Okay, because different concentration. This one, different concentration. Different concentration. Can you understand this? Boleh faham ini? Ya, ini udara oksigen daripada luar. Apabila banyak oksigen di dalam alveolus dan kurang oksigen di dalam darah. Okay? So oksigen akan automatic from alveolus, dia akan pergi kepada darah. And then what happened here? When there is more, what we call less carbon dioxide in the alveolus, and then more carbon dioxide in the blood, and then automatically the carbon dioxide from the blood will go into alveolus. And then what happened to the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide will turn into the gas and then will be removed by exhale air. Okay, carbon dioxide yang kita tidak mahu tadi, kita akan buang dia, okay, melalui udara yang hembusan. Exhale air. Okay, this is what happened during all of our lifetime. Right now, since you are birth until the human or until the people or human die. Okay, the exchange of oxygen. Okay, boleh faham tak ini you rasa? The changes of oxygen. Okay, tak apa ya, nanti kalau ada I will try to find the animation or whatever for you to easier for you to understand the process of exchange, the exchange of gas. But you must remember this process happened in the alveoli. Okay, in our lung. Okay, the process happened in our lung. Identify the blood vessel and then identify the component inside the blood that carry the oxygen. In human, we need what type of oxygen, what type of gas? Oxygen or carbon dioxide? We need oxygen, right? You understand? Can you understand me? We need oxygen. So, we need oxygen and then we need to remove carbon dioxide. You still remember the equation of respiration? Okay, carbon dioxide is the waste product of respiration. Yeah? If our cell, for example, our brain cell already use the oxygen and then it will produce carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide need to be removed. We need oxygen and then we remove carbon dioxide. So how do we remove carbon dioxide? Through breathing. Yeah? We take oxygen breathing. Okay, we inhale the air that contain oxygen and we exhale the air contain carbon dioxide. Right? Can you understand this? Boleh faham tak yang ini? Okay. You just remember this first. Kamu cuba ingat ini dahulu. Alright? This one is blood capillary. Blood capillary, blood is the blood vessel lah ya, yang membawa darah. Sebab darah ini ya, what is the function of the blood? Blood carry the gases. Darah kita dia membawa gas. Dan dia membawa apa? Siapa ingat lagi? Form 2. Dia bawa gas, dalam dia ada darah, ada salur darah, blood vessel. Dia membawa gas dengan dia membawa nutrient. Nutrient from where? Where do you get the nutrient? Form 2 punya topik. Where you get the nutrient? Nutrient from the food. If you still remember, from the food, right? Digestive system. Digestive system, yeah? Okay, never mind. This one I will skip. Okay, for this topic, yeah, maybe you try to read it first. Okay, boleh baca dulu, and then you try to understand what happened inside the alveolus. Okay, yang ini cuba baca dahulu. Okay, kelas, baca dulu ya. Okay, next one. The importance of adaptation. The importance of adaptation of the alveolar structure. This is what happened inside the alveolar structure that need to what we call to transfer or to exchange the gas efficiently. Right? So number one, you need to have the thickness of the wall and alveolus and blood capillary. And then number two, moist wall alveolus, and then the surface area of alveolus and the network capillaries covering the alveolus. This is the adaptation of the structure of alveolar. Alveolar, alveoli, alveolus are referring to the same structure inside our lung. Okay, cuba ingat ini sahaja dulu. Yang lain-lain ini you cuma boleh baca dahulu, cuba fahamkan dulu. Kalau ada soalan boleh tanya saya. Right? So this is the very what we call unit 2, number 1, understand the exchange of gas, pertukaran gas. If the question asks you where is the location of the exchange of gas, di manakah lokasi dia? Anybody? Gas dia bertukar di mana? What is the answer? Di mana gas ini bertukar, kelas? Di mana gas bertukar? Inside? Di mana gas bertukar? The gas exchange happen in respond. Di mana gas bertukar? I know maybe some of you just join my class and then you let it there. I know. Never mind. It's okay. You are not even there, right? You just join my class like that only. And then maybe you do something else. Because if I ask you to open the camera, I think you're not able to do so because you are not there. Right? Never mind. Okay. No problem. After this, maybe you can look at your timetable. Look at your timetable later, and then see. Maybe there is a changes some changes. You ask your teacher timetable to see what is the changes, right? Okay, what happened here? The location of exchange of gas. Where's the location when somebody asks you? Where's the location? The location of gas exchange. Di mana berlaku? Exchange of gas happen in the alveolus. Alveolus inside the lung. Okay. That's why drowned people, kalau orang yang lemas itu, what happened to the lung? The lung will fill with water. Okay, they cannot breathe. So the exchange of gas cannot happen. Pertukaran gas itu tidak boleh berlaku kalau orang yang lemas, dia mandi sungai ke, dia pergi laut ke, dia lemas because their lung is filled with water. So the water will prevent the exchange of gas. And then what happened if our body didn't receive enough oxygen? Kalau badan kita tak cukup oksigen, our what we call the others organ, our organ needs oxygen, especially our brain. Otak ini memerlukan oksigen. Everything, every organ, every cell inside our body need oxygen. Perlukan oksigen. So if the supply of oxygen is disrupted, kalau bekalan oksigen ini berhenti, so our cell cannot working properly the cell cannot working properly, and then maybe eventually if there is no oxygen for a long period of time, our body will shut down and then later will die. Okay, because there is no oxygen. Macam orang yang lemas, Orang yang mati lemas sebab dia tidak dapat oksigen. Kenapa? Sebab air sudah masuk ke dalam paru-paru dia. Cannot breathe anymore. Same things when you are not breathing. You cannot breathe also. COVID-19 also. The virus will cause the alveolus, the cell inside the alveolus, damage. So if the cell inside the alveolus is damaged, so the people, the patient cannot breathe normally. They need to use mask or the ventilator. Okay, depending lah, maybe because I heard when the people COVID, kalau pesakit COVID itu, walaupun dia sudah sembuh, but the damage inside the lung will remain. Okay, dia punya kerosakan paru-paru dia itu disebabkan COVID akan kekal. So you cannot, maybe you cannot do the daily activity like normal lah. Okay, maybe you have some difficulty in breathing. Akan berasa susah nafas sedikit because of the alveolus. Alveolus is damaged, right? Itu sebab penting the alveolus is one of the very important organ, because the alveolus inside the lung is where the gas exchange happen. The gas exchange happen. Oxygen and the carbon dioxide exchange of gas of oxygen and carbon dioxide take place inside alveolus, right? Oxygen enter the blood, and then carbon dioxide enter the alveolus to be removed. Okay, ini sangat penting lah. Cuba faham dulu ini Yang ini pun cuba baca dahululah the process. This is what we call the process. The process of what happened, number one, inside the alveolus. Okay, cuba faham ini dahulu. Alright, so next one. Importance of the adaptation, saya sudah beritahu, kamu baca saja. So, you do formative practice 2.2. If you have any question, like usual, you can ask me later. Kamu boleh tanya saya di dalam group Telegram. Okay, so the exercise for today, I repeat again, formative practice 2.2. You to try to do it inside your exercise book, and then for your workbook exercise, you just finish page 30, 34, and 35 only. 34 and 35. Right? That is the exercise for today. So again, if you have any problem, you can ask me on the Telegram group. Right? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.